Hello, this is Anurakti Tarot back with another pick a card reading. I know I need to fix them. I got you. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna cleanse right quick. I just finished putting the piles together. I do record myself when I am pulling cards for these. So if anybody ever wants me to post that, what is it for? AMSR or whatever, you know, the noises, let me know. I will. Okay, we're just cleansing with some eucalyptus. So here we go. We got pile number 1, which is 353, which is the crystal amethyst. By the way, if you guys ever want to know where I get my crystals from, I get them from Emeka's Earth Gems on Instagram. EMEKASEARTHGEMS, Emeka's Earth Gems on Instagram. Then when I have Rutilated Quartz here for pile number 2, which is 5959. Pile number 1, 353 Amethyst. Pile number 2, 5959 Rutilated Quartz. Pile number 3, the number 787, and Nigerian Black Tourmaline. So go ahead and pick your pile. If you're open to picking more than one, feel free. Remember, we have multiple signs to figure out what triggers us, or what lets us know which pile is ours. It could be based on crystal, color, numbers you've been seeing. Pause the video if you like, but if not, I'm going to proceed with pile number 1. So pile number 1, this reading is what are people recognizing about your beauty, and what do people admire about you? So we have some oracle, plenty of oracle and tarot. I love to take the tarot first. So what are people recognizing about your beauty? Oh, one thing that people recognize is that you went through a lot of changes. Maybe you changed your look a lot. Maybe like you lost a lot of weight too with the death and strength card here. Maybe you started picking up, lifting weights or something. People are also notice about your beauty is that you're extremely resilient. You don't let a lot of things bother you. You could also have a lot of self-control, so you don't really get upset or angry. You deal with things very lightheartedly, especially with the Fool card here. People also can find you to be very dreamy. 10 of Cups can also be, you have beautiful hair. That's also having like really beautiful, luscious hair and skin. 10 of Cups, people feel like they can have a lot of fun with you. You're very, very positive. You hold a very high frequency. People also noticing that you have a really beautiful style and smile. Style and smile. You could be a little bit on the thinner side. You don't have to be, but it just thinner in the waist, but you can still be very voluptuous and sexy also here. People could really like you on the color yellow. You could just be a very happy and jovial person. You know, you like to smile a lot. You're the type of person that always has like a flower in their hair, or you know, if you're a guy, some new cool, I don't know, gadget, or don't have to be a gadget, but just some sort of new information that's fun. You are probably always the one that's inviting people to places, checking out where's the next place to go. What do people admire about you? Your intuitions. People love that you're very, very intuitive and you bring them a lot of clarity. You've probably helped people end a lot of unhealthy situations before, or given them really great advice. Queen of Swords here, the Page of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. What people really like about you, that you probably have very sharp and high cheekbones. Page of Pentacles here, what do people admire about you is that you're really good at cutting out confusion. You're really good at cutting out confusion. You're really good at like having discipline. You're very disciplined. You're very practical and down to earth. 7 of Cups here too is that you are very intelligent and have a lot of ideas. So people admire your intelligence, your wit. You're very, very creative here with the 7 of Cups. Like I said, you could also be very dreamy. You pulled the 4th house, which is roots, which I always think about hair. So beautiful hair again, and empowerment. So people could also like that maybe you create a really beautiful home environment. People probably actually like that you're very natural also. I get the idea that you're very natural. You're somebody that probably hasn't had like any plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery. I get that from the Queen of Swords. You also pull containment. Like I said, a lot of self-control here. People really love your self-control. People also love that you probably don't wear a lot of makeup. You're very minimum with makeup. Queen of insecurities. What do people admire about you? Maybe you help other people around you feel confident. You give a lot of reassurance to other people around you, making them feel good. You also could be very comfortable like expressing past insecurities that you had. Because the Queen of Swords, this is being very confident. So I don't feel like you exhibit, very confident. You don't exhibit any sort of lack of confidence. Not saying that you don't have maybe things you're insecure about, but you don't express this to people. Queen of insecurities, that you make other people feel very confident. You reassure them of their beauty, that it's safe to be them. People admire that about you. People also admire that you're very patient. So you could be have a very calming aura around you. Like maybe people starting to get a lot of fights, you prevent a lot of fights. Also, we have 2 crystal balls here, so you could be very, very intuitive. You have the sight of seeing, being able to see and know, seeing and knowing. Clairvoyance and claircognizance is your spiritual abilities that people probably recognize that you have. Also, people admire about you. Oh, wow. I love this. The number 5. So people are like about you is that you're not afraid to get upset if you have to. It happens very rarely. But when you do, it's very explosive. So people do like to see you get angry. People find it very attractive when you get upset. They find it very sexy. You also pull Diane, Princess of Wales. Better to have one night of misery than a whole life of misery. Don't ask, don't tell. DNA tests are for commoners. The truth is there are many people in every marriage. So Princess Diana is somebody that was also very ethical too. Like she also spoke out a lot. So you could be somebody that has a lot of enemies. You could definitely be somebody that has a lot of enemies around you. People that are very envious of your relationship. Even friends. Also people that maybe try to ruin your relationship. People that give bad advice. But I would say this would be something that your mate likes about you, is that you don't get caught up in this confusion, especially with the 10 of Cups here. That means that your mate is very happy with you. If there's other people that try to intercede in your relationship, your mate is very happy with you. You don't have to worry about that. This person feels very free, very happy. They love this new beginning. There's a lot of loyalty here. So you don't have to, it's like loyalty or death, like they're facing each other. So this person is willing to give you their undying loyalty to, you know, to the day they're gone. So that's a very healthy relationship. So you put it's manifested. New desired reality is already present in your life. Vibrational alignment in the astrology gives you the edge. Like I said, every time I pull that card, I feel like if you haven't been in, if you're not in this relationship now, you're manifesting it. This is also like manifesting like effortless beauty, very simple in beauty, nothing too complex. And if it does, it still has some sort of simplicity to it. Maybe the process was simple, but the idea is complex, you know. But there's still a lot of simplicity in that beauty. It's like simple beauty, nothing too over the top, nothing too extravagant. But even when you do, it's still very tasteful and well done. And then the other card you pulled was write it down. The universe has received your order. Know and feel that it's yours and it's already done. Writing brings things into physical form. So people also like that you could be a really great writer. Queen of Swords is a writer. It always comes up. So you could be, like I said, people could love that. Or you could be an artist also here. I do see some cards of being an artist or a painter. People really love your art. They love the aesthetics of it. They also, you could have really beautiful handwriting. You could be in calligraphy. So people really, really love your handwriting. Enlightenment also came out. No mud, no lotus. So people can definitely tell that you're a hard worker. You're somebody that didn't take the easy route. You worked hard for everything that you have. Like you really have put in a lot of work to be where you are, for sure. You have a lot of control over your emotions. You're very comfortable in your skin also with containment. The Queen of Swords doesn't want to be anybody else. She doesn't want to look like anybody else. She just want to be the best version of her. So I could definitely see also why this confidence can be intimidating to other people if you're surrounded by envious people. But people admire that about you, that you just love being you. So pile number 1, that was your reading. What do people admire about you and what are people recognizing about your beauty? If that pile didn't resonate with you, please feel free to check out another pile. Thank you. Pile number 2, Rutilated Quartz from Mecca's Earth Gems. 5959 is your number. This is why I love this. Look at it's got a little shelf. Super cute, right? So we're just gonna cleanse. Catch the vibe for pile number 12. So what are people recognizing about your beauty and what do they admire about you? Pile number 2. People could probably realize that you're very flexible. I'm getting that with the number 5959. You're very, very flexible. You could be somebody that is very comfortable talking to anybody. You don't always, but you have the ability to talk to a lot of different people from different backgrounds, people with different experiences than you, that most people may not feel comfortable doing. So let's go ahead and go in and see what we got. We got the tarot, we got some oracle, so tarot cards, you got the emperor. People love that you're bossy. People also recognize, so you can be a man. Okay, let's start this. Pile number 2, you could definitely be physically a man. If not, we're going to go back into it. Now, if you are a man, what do people like about you? People love that you have big alpha energy. As we know, it's big kahunas. You got a nice, big stick in the garage. People recognize that about you, or they realize that in your energy. Also, people recognize about you is that you're very much in control. You don't get caught up in temptation. It doesn't interest you. You could be somebody that's not prone to addictions. You don't, like I said, if you're angry, you don't show it. You're very in control. Nothing really moves you off of your throne. 9 of Swords. You don't have a lot of anxieties. So you could be somebody that's older that has really beautiful, like that doesn't have a lot of wrinkles or fine lines. People love that about you. People love your shoulders. You have really nice thighs also here. Really nice chest. I see a lot with hands here, so that you could have like really nice like hands, like you do that little thing that you squeeze like that, the little nutcracker thing. Beautiful hands. 9 of Swords in reverse. People like that you think a lot. People could tell that you're always in thought. People also like that you're not like, you're funny with your pettiness. It's never too much. Like your comedy or whatever you do to like give people a hard time, it's never too much. It's always done right. And it also does it where it doesn't hurt people. Another thing that people like about you is that you probably help a lot of people. You've helped a lot of people come over a hard time. You also somebody that probably dresses really warm. So this is something else. People like the clothes that you wear. Maybe where you are, it's People tend to wear less clothes, but you tend to cover up more. People like the clothes that you wear. So you could wear puffers or sweaters. You could wear hoodies. You could wear hats and caps a lot. People like that about you. People also like that you don't wear cheap stuff. So people can notice that your clothes aren't cheap. Also, you could also be somebody that's not like very sexually active, also with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You're more focused on, you know, accomplishing missions rather than being distracted. The Emperor can be somebody that's also already in a relationship. Now, if you are a female, people they definitely like your boss energy. You're very, very bossy. So a lot of the similar qualities. You do have beautiful shoulders. Now, if you are a woman, you could be a woman that doesn't have a lot of hair. You could just not grow a lot of hair, not have hairy legs or anything like that. You could also be a woman with very, very short hair. You could possibly be bald. People like that about you and find that beautiful. You could have very, very full lips also. You could be a female with a lot of tattoos. People could love that, also find that beautiful about you. There's something very piercing about your eyes also. You could just have like some really sharp piercing eyes and eyebrows. Could be very sturdy. You could be somebody that could stand for a long time. So if you are female, you could be somebody that could wear like heels, like really difficult shoes most people would struggle with. Like you can wear them and walk in them, like walk in mud in them or something like that. Also, let's see what else here we have. Oh, we pulled some. I did pull. We're gonna do these. What's next? We pulled ancestors. So something about you could be very indigenous also. That's why I was getting full lips. Something about you could be very indigenous. Something about you could remind people, or you could have very pronounced brow ridge also. Those are ancestral traits. You pulled healing. Oh, eternal love. This is pretty. And we're going to save this to the side. And we're going to pull these. Okay, let's see what else people like. You got the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. So people find you to be very, very sexy. Like I said, you probably have short hair. I'm going to say you definitely could be a female with shorter hair. You very, very attractive, like very sexy, very energetic, very charismatic. People love that about you. Eight of Swords definitely means that a lot of people try to talk to you at one time. Like a lot of people are trying to talk to you at one time. And it's just because people like the ideas that you give them. Like all these messages, she's holding them and then they're shooting back out, you know, to kind of help people sort their ideas. You got the Nine of Swords again. So people, you could definitely be somebody that has anxiety and people find it to be really cute. Like you could be very like on edge or pay attention to a lot and people find that to be actually really, really attractive. Maybe because it makes them feel safer. Or they feel like you'll always know what's going on. So if something were to happen, all they know is to look towards you and they know what's going on. Definitely be an authoritative figure. So people love your authority. People love listening to you and want to follow you. Eternal love is also here. So this could mean that you do, people love that you share unconditional love. They also find that if you're a male or a female, that you're not homophobic, and people really like that about you, that you allow people to be who they are. You really you accept people for who they are, and I think people love that about you. We also pulled Square, which is challenge. And you also pulled Gemini. Gemini could definitely be somebody, like I said, deals with a lot of anxieties, always in their head. So people that may be closer to you, they may realize that you're very serious in public, but in person, like, you're really, really funny and, like, lighthearted and free. Two very different sides of you. Because this also has two swords across it. People love that you're not afraid to challenge you know, authority or people's perspectives or their laws or rules. And you usually have evidence to back it up here with this Gemini card. People think that you're a really great collaborator. You communicate well. You're very clear about what you want and what you don't want for people that are beneath you. If you are a boss, people would love to be, they love working for you. And if they were ever be, if they were to ever be a boss, they would want to imitate you, like how you handle situations, how you handle issues. You also teach people how to let go of like toxic habits and things like that, unhealthy habits, especially like anger, self-blame, narcissistic like habits or behaviors. Because you don't have to be a narcissist, but you can have narcissistic behaviors, psychopathic, sociopathic behaviors. This is helping people heal those issues. So people like that about you. Show people how to be in a powerful position without having, you know, dealing with these other egotistical mental issues, not having those. You also pull tranquility. Oh, for sure. Definitely balancing a lot of peace. Oh, look at this. I love this. The number 28 came out here, which gives us the number 10. So people love that you're well-traveled. People love that you're well-traveled. Again, people love your clothes. Like I said, this is some really hot weather, and this man has on all these clothes. So people could like that you do cover your body if you're male or female. People also like they feel like that being on the road with you will be long-term. They feel these are people that will be willing to travel with you. I mean, these are people that are like, they want to go where you're going to go. They want to go wherever you're going to go, male or female. They always feel like you're on to the next creative venture. They feel like you're very, very passionate. Like you have really beautiful lips though. Like really nice lips, hands, thighs, shoulders. Like you can be somebody that's very sensual to the, you know, very, very sensual. Like you have a very nurturing energy. It's a fathering energy also too. So let's see what else we got here. We got Queen or King of Focus Action. So being very focused, being very in tune with the best decisions, not getting distracted, being aware of everything that's going on around you. These white dots going that way, this way, and this way. Being very aware of what's going on around you, but being focused. Being focused amongst all the chaos. You pulled Amaryllis, determination, and creative achievement. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Maya Angelou. So you could look really good in red because there's a lot of red here. You could look really, really good in red. It may not be your favorite color, but you could look really good in it. You pulled Marlene, dress for yourself, not for a lover or occasion. Once you have forgiven your lover, get them to reheat the sin. It's the friends you call after hours that matter. I've pulled this card before. So this deck to me is definitely, if you're a male, you could definitely be a very monogamous male. I'm just going to say that. Like, you don't play no games when it comes to, like, other men, you know, approaching. I'm just saying that because Knight of Swords is somebody that's going, that this is rushing in to end confusion or competition, to slaughter competition literally, because his sword is drawn and the wands is in reverse, so they done fighting and feeling, you know, and maybe people feeling guilty about that, you know, because maybe they knew what they were doing. So also here you have surprise in a way that you wouldn't expect, a gift from the universe, intense twist of fate, eclipse news, and then you got challenge, delayed or detours, beneficial, revise, rethink, follow signs, guidance, a test before leveling up. So this for me also says that people like that you, you're very shocking. You could be a very shocking person. Just like people don't, like I feel like you don't speak a lot about your success, but when people hear it, or you may not even speak about it, maybe just some kind of way people have never been to your house, and then they end up going to your house one time and they were like, dang, I didn't know you had a house like this. And it's just because they came over for that reason. You never talked about it or nothing. And people could be really shocked with your success. People could, like, yeah, you could definitely have a really beautiful home. You could definitely have a really beautiful home for sure. People also admire about you. Like I said, you're just really, really warm. You could also have some sense of like class to you, like, you know, like some old school class. Maybe you have like old school values, traditional values, not old school, but with a modern twist, like, well, a very traditional person. So people admire that you have this new modern take on tradition, but it gets rid of the toxic and things that are hurtful. Not hurtful, but the things that are unhealthy. So pile number 2, that was your reading. If that didn't resonate with you, please check out another pile number 1 or pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. Oh, it's this right here. I couldn't figure out which one it was. 787. And I like when they stay up here because they be like keeping the vibe high. You know what I'm saying? You know, we like them high vibes. 787. Nigerian Black Tourmaline. This is you. So 787, when I'm automatically just going to tell you what people like about you. People love that you make them feel safe. They love that you have a very grounded energy, very protective. You could be somebody that wears a lot of black. You could also be somebody that has guns. You like guns. You own guns. You like to go shoot guns. You could have a lot of different weapons. You could have cameras around your house. Like 787, you're not playing no games when it comes to protection. So I'm going to tell you what people automatically like about you. Is that you're a very protective person. You could be on the browner side. I mean, you could just be, you know, a browner person, for sure. So, pile number 3. We're going to pull out your tarot. You got some tarot here. And we got some oracles. So, we're going to start with the tarot. And I'm just organizing how I want to do these. Okay, let's go. So what do people recognize in your beauty, and what do they admire about you? Oh, the King of Wands has long hair. King of Wands, you could have really long locks too. Because Wands is locks. You could have really, 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 really pretty hair. So again, what do people admire about you? You have a very symmetrical face. Your face is very, very symmetrical. You could also have like a particular like beauty mark or birthmark somewhere, or yeah, or you could have like dimples. People love that about you. You have very pretty teeth. Your teeth are very straight, white, and even. Like your whole facial structure is just like very beautiful. So for me, what do people recognize about your beauty? Maybe you walk like you do a good, like you have really great posture. You walk with your shoulders back and kind of like with your heart forward. So people really appreciate your posture. Ace of Wands here. You could definitely be a really great dancer. So people love, you know, that you're a great dancer. What do people recognize? People love that you're mysterious with these clouds here. People never know what you're going to come up with, what you're going to do next, what you're going to wear next. You could be very athletic too, King of Wands. You could definitely be very, very athletic. Like, you don't have to, like, a six-pack doesn't mean you're athletic, but you could just have, like, I don't know, like, what do you call it? I don't know, like, you could have hamstrings. You could have, like, arm, like, triceps and things like that. Really pronounced, like, back muscles and arm muscles. Definitely thighs for sure, because Sagittarius rules the thighs. So you could have, like, runner back thighs if you're a male. If you're a female, you could just, like, have really nice, like, hip to tummy ratio. Yeah, these are, You could definitely have a smaller waist. I know that came out in pile number 1 too, smaller waist, but both of them have on belts. So definitely having a smaller waist. People admire how you're very genuine in your connections with people. You're very loving, you're very caring. You always ask how people are doing. And you really do like take your time to get to know people. So you do ask them questions. You know, when you walk past them, you check in with people. You check on their family. Let's see what else we have. Pile number 3. You put a lot of the our tarot deck. You got the 3 of Wands. Oh, this is nice. 10 of Swords and Hierophant. So you put the Hierophant. People love your ethics and morals, but also the Hierophant card could be like, you could be like somebody that's a psychic or something like that. You got the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Cups. People could love that you're very psychic. The Hierophant can be somebody that just has a lot of different, has a very educated on a lot of different topics. Business, but more than anything, being educated on like, I don't know, like the underworld, the Hermetics, excuse me, that's what I'm trying to say, the Hermetics. We didn't get the Hermit card, but I could definitely see this as somebody that is educated on the Hermetics. 6 of Cups, like really cute. You get you do have a lot of male attraction. If you're a male, this means that women really like your beard. They love your facial hair if you have a mustache or beard. You could have a very like youthful look too. You could be very sweet and endearing, very, very charming. You're the kind of guy that likes to give hugs, kiss a lot. If you're an affectionate person, I mean, you would have to be an affectionate person if you this pal. I'm just gonna say that. And it's maybe just because you're very cold in general in your external life. So maybe this is something that a partner recognizes about you. People that know you deeper than just the shelf. You know, people outside of the home. 3 of Wands. People love that you're always planning, that you always achieve your goals. People recognize that you always achieve your goals. You're very successful. You could have multiple homes here with the 3 of Wands. Like you could have a lot of different houses because there's a lot of cards of houses. So you could have multiple different homes. So people love, admire about you that you're an asset builder. People recognize that about you. People love that you're committed to your projects. And this is even saying, even if you've had projects that have failed, you still see past that and overcome them with ease. Like you're like, okay, so what, I'm going to keep going. Fickle, so there's love here. And hand fasting. So people, again, love that you're committed. People love that you're committed to your goals. They love that you're committed to your relationships and people around you. There's a lot of flowers here. So you could be somebody that likes flowers. If you're a female, you could love flowers. People love that, you know, you could be, like I said, somebody that's very guarded, like have thorns. You know, you're always prepared. But when people really get to know you, you're very sweet, very endearing, very whimsical for sure with the daisies here. Very fun-loving spirit. You could be somebody that is like your aesthetics, like the way that you do your nails or the way that you like do your hair and makeup is very, people admire that about you and recognize that about your beauty. It's never too much. Also here, union. You're very focused on building healthy relationships. Is something people admire about you. You have this sense of purity about you too. Also, people admire about you. What else? Pile number 3. Do people admire, recognize about your beauty, your strength? Like you have a lot of strength. Like you have a lot of endurance. This to me would speak about somebody that has a lot of endurance. So that's all about commitment, because commitment is all about willing to go the mile, willing to keep going, not to give up. You also put risk and reward. So people love that you take gambles, you take risks that are beneficial to everybody, or, you know, to everybody, I would say this, or at least to, you know, the people that are most important to you with union here. You won't risk losing this what you've created, friendships or business contracts. So people that admire about you, that they can trust you. People also admire, maybe you do wear very revealing clothes sometimes. People think that that's, admire that about you, that you're not afraid to show your body or your shape. You know, that shows some sense of vulnerability with being such a protective person. But I think it also shows your strength, literally. So you put Mars, which is action. This is a very, like, Leo, Aries deck to me. This is a very Leo and Aries. So you pull Mars. People love that you're willing to fight too. Like I said, you're very, very action oriented. Like you don't play. Like you will definitely like nip something in the bud real quick without even thinking about it. Also here, sex drive, like I said, you already know. I mean, yeah, your partner's very happy in that department or whatever you're doing. In that sense, you know, very, very happy. People admire that about you. Maybe you also give good sex advice also. Okay, let's keep going. Look at this. This is somebody that's definitely in their power. People admire you that you stand in your power. Also, people admire about you that you're not afraid to tell people about themselves. You're very honest with people. Hey, bro, you know you was tripping, or you, girl, you know, I don't even know why you going back. You already know. You know, it's just stuff like that. You're very honest in being with people. Stars also means you have a lot of cosmic wisdom. So you could be very connected, like spiritually to the universe. You could pray a lot. You could definitely pay attention to signs and symbols. You're probably somebody that looks up animal meanings a lot when animals visit you. What people admire about you, you have, I mean, you have really nice clothes. Like I said, you do stylish. I think every group pretty much got nice clothes, but this one is like you wear unique stuff. You wear stuff that nobody else has. Oh my God, do you guys see this? I gotta show y'all this right quick. I just gotta show y'all this. So his is like a cheetah print. You see that on this mail right here? Right? Now check this out. That's the cheetah print, ain't it? You can't make this shit up. That's the cheetah print. All three of these males got on the exact same cloak. So for me, this could mean that you're very fast too. You could be a fast driver or have a fast car, but this means that people are you're very fast. You're very quick at taking action, like resolving problems really, really quickly. Also here, being a dynamic leader, people admire that about you. Also, what was I gonna say? People admire your leadership, your willpower, and your passion. Okay, what else? You pull spirituality. Like I said, you could definitely be a very, very spiritual person here with this card that came out. Cherry blossom also means you're somebody that's very considerate. Like you don't block alleyways. You're, I don't know, you're just very considerate of other people. This is also telling me that you're very unique, so you stand out in a room. You could be somebody that looks very exotic. That's what I was trying to think of when I kept saying cheetah. You could be very exotic looking. People aren't quite sure what your ethnicity is, or people just aren't quite sure. Also, this is telling me that you're really good at, like, you're an inventor. You create things. You're very innovative. So you could create something to, like, if you don't have like the rods to hang your TV, you'll find a way to create it with some wood or something. I don't know. Like, this is saying you're very, very innovative. You're really good with hands. You're really good with construction. You could be really good with home projects. If you're female, you're really good with art. You could be really good at creating fashions, drawing. You could probably sew clothes and things like that. You pulled Felix, which is unanimity and harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. So like I said, you're somebody that's very comfortable in your skin, but more than anything, you're very connected to the spiritual world. Like, you would definitely remind me of some sort of Aztec leader, somebody that will be in charge of an empire, or an empress. So also we pulled here is Sappho. So Sappho, love is a cunning weaver of fantasies and fables. Someone in some future time will think of us. What is beautiful is good, and who was good will soon be beautiful. So maybe you were kind of like you kind of went through phases of looking strange when you were growing up. I would have to say that. Maybe you looked kind of strange when you grew up and you just grew into like being really beautiful or handsome. You could have been bullied or something like that. Maybe because you were beautiful, but you were like a strange beautiful, you know, like the ugly duckling kind of a thing. Also here, if you're, whether you're male or female, the opposite sex is attracted to you also. So this could be, if you're male, men are attracted to you, even if you're a straight male. So this could definitely be like, I know, yeah, what I said. People being attracted. Oh, look at the Ace of Cups. I didn't even see that. It was over here because these are still cards I haven't pulled. Ace of Cups could definitely be very, very dreamy, very loving, very compassionate. People could buy you drinks a lot also. So what people admire about you is your voice. People love your voice. This is your singing voice, your speaking voice. People love your laugh. People admire about you is that you're always willing to offer some sort of love or support to them, whatever it is, you know, and it's always what they need exactly at that moment. You also could have helped a lot of people like stay inspired also here, because these remind me of lotuses, lily pads, frogs. So you could have also encouraged people to take leap of faith that they were afraid to take. Give people a lot of wisdom. This is a very sage deck. Queen of Tenderness or King of Tenderness. And hers is not, but it's still, you know, it ain't cheetah print, but it's look yellow and white dots. So for me, this is definitely saying people love that you're very sweet, very gentle with people. You could gently touch people's shoulders just to remind them that it's okay, or and that makes a difference for people. You also pulled 8th house, which is intimacy. And I was just speaking about that. 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. So you could have Scorpio in your chart. This to me is Scorpio and Leo energy. We do have Cancer here, but the 6 of Cups is Scorpio too. So Scorpio and Cancer energy. People love that you're very mysterious. People can tell that you make wise investments. Sex, I mean, you're very, very sexually attractive. Like a lot of people want to have sex with you. Pile number 3. Kundalini experiences. Maybe people have seen you have these experiences where you sway, or things like that. You could be somebody that, or people see you kind of checking out, like in space, like in the void. People could see you having these spiritual experiences. People could be very obsessive over you. People love that you're very secretive. Also the underworld. So very secretive person. You have a lot of privacy. People like that about you. People love that you're very, very sensual. Like this girl is like on the pole. So you could be a dancer, you know, sensual dancer, or maybe you like to just do pole in your free time. People love the, I don't know how they would see it, but the arch in your foot and your hips. Like your hips and waist, like just a very, very sensual person, and beautiful long hair. If it isn't long now, I mean, it's definitely getting there, but this is like, her hair is ridiculously long. So you could, like I said, have really, really long, beautiful hair. What else do we have? Oh, in the flow state, so watery. This is completely the Ace of Cups. In the zone, loving life, focus, high frequency, skill meets challenge, flotation therapy. Creating reality. Living your best life by design. You have amazing experiences, freedom lifestyle, infinite potential. So you could definitely inspire people to get in tune with their own potential. People love that you live this life that is very different than everybody else. And it's your lifestyle. It works for you. It's very harmonious. And people are just picking up tools from you or messages from you to learn how to live this lifestyle themselves. That's also teaching people how to live a much more harmonious lifestyle, more balance, having people to create the things that they really want. People admire like your high frequency. You know, people could always want to be near you. People could tell that you have a lot of fun. People have a lot of fun around you. People realize that you have a lot of amazing experiences. Maybe you post them a lot, or maybe you're just always talking about them. I wouldn't think that you would post them a lot because the 8th house Scorpio came out. There's a lot of privacy. So maybe people just get the opportunity to enjoy these amazing experiences that you have because they're in the same space as you or something like that. People love that you really are loyal and care about the people in your life, though. Like, people really recognize that. Like, you got the people that are loyal to you, like, you really got their back. Pile number 3, that is what people admire about you, what they recognize about your beauty. If that pile didn't resonate with you, please feel free to check out another pile. Again, thank you so much for checking in with another Anurakti Tarot Pick a Card reading. Feel free to like, share, or subscribe. I am doing polls on my Instagram about what readings would interest you, so feel free to check out Loves, L-O-V-E-S, Anurakti, A-N-U-R-A-K-T-I on IG. If you want to vote on those polls or to see what's coming up next, I always drop previews on there and trailers for what's going to be the next reading. And you get to vote on them. So check them out. I'm super grateful for everybody that showed up. I'm going to say you guys one more time for the close. Sending everybody protection, love, peace, light, prosperity, blessings, you know. Yeah. Just going to cleanse a little bit before we get out. We're going to release anything that is not of our highest and greatest good. And get them haters out of here too. Thank y'all so much for checking in.